My 27 female fiancé, 28 male, has walked out on me 4 days before the wedding to go. Find himself in Asia. Blindsided, heartbroken, and mortified. What the hell do I do now? Wow! 4 days before the wedding. Oh, this story is gonna be so juicy. Let's get into it. My fiance, Jack, and I have been together for 4 years. We own an apartment together. We rarely argue. It was the happiest, least problematic relationship I've ever been in. I don't understand. It sounds so confused. I'm so sorry. He proposed to me last year, and we've spent the last 9 months saving relentlessly for our wedding. Venue booked, guests all invited. Both of us were so excited. I know we both individually had some bouts of nervousness, especially as the date got closer. But as far as I know, it was just the excitement and build up. Jack never expressed any doubts about our relationship, and I have no idea why this has happened. Yesterday, 4 days to go, 4 days to go, and I come out of the bedroom in the morning to see Jack sat in the living room looking like he's about to throw up. I immediately felt something is off. He sits me down and starts telling me he doesn't feel the same anymore and hasn't for a while. 4 days? Huh? Wait, I don't think I read that well. He sits me down and starts telling me he doesn't feel the same anymore and hasn't for a while. What? He said he thought getting married might fix things, but he knows how stupid that is. To be honest, I don't remember the majority of what he said. The only thing I could hear was my heartbeat drumming in my ears. He then told me he would book a one-way ticket to Asia and that he didn't know what he wanted anymore out of life and that this would give him some perspective. And just like that, he got up and left, and I haven't heard a word from him since. I'm mostly disappointed and I am surprised. I'm mostly disappointed because, oh, this is so sore. I must have spent about 3 hours sat on the sofa staring into space. I can't even cry. This doesn't feel real. Reddit, what the F do I do now? He switched his phone off. I have no idea where he is. I don't even know if he's actually booked a ticket. But a lot of his clothes are missing. He has actually packed for a trip, but I just don't know if this is some sort of sick joke. I feel like my heart has been ripped out from my chest. What do I tell people? What do I do? Where do I start? Let him go. Just he made his choice. I mean, he didn't think about you when making his choice. So what do? You pick yourself up and move on. It's not that easy, but you'll get over it. Oh my god, this story is so. It makes me sick to my stomach. I feel angry and sad at the same time. Okay, let's see what people have to say. A commenter here said, "Well, no matter what he finds himself to be in, he's an a-hole back home. Wherever you go, there you are." Let's see if the story has an update. Oh, we have an update. Okay. This update is 10 days later. My post was locked before I had the chance to reply to anything, but I read and processed every comment. Thank you to everyone who left me advice. Those who thought it might be Jack's idea of a prank, it unfortunately was true and is currently in Bangkok with a friend from high school. He must have been arranging this for months. The visa and injections for Southeast Asia alone take at the very least 4 weeks of planning ahead. I haven't spoken to him since the day he walked out, but his parents rang me the next day after I made my post. They told me he was staying with his high school friend and that he was due to the fly out the day after what was supposed to be our wedding day. He told them he planned on staying there for at least a year. He must have been saving on the side as our joint account has not been touched and most of our paychecks went to our wedding funds and mortgage. It is sickening to consider how long he may have actually been planning this. This doesn't excuse white people. Jack's parents like me, but they are pretty cold people, and they didn't have much else to say other than offering me pragmatic advice and apologizing for their son's behavior. Since that phone call, I have heard nothing from them. Although they did ask me to contact them regarding the apartment at some point in the future, which I plan to sell. I'll be moving back in with my parents as soon as I find a buyer, as I can't pay the mortgage alone. Although Jack's parents said they will pay his half until then. As for the wedding, a lot of people suggested I give it to charity or go through with the party anyways. I wish I could say it went to good use, but I actually spent the day with my brothers and bridesmaid, crying for about 16 hours in between sleeping. They made sure I was in and watched a few films together, but overall, it was probably the worst day of my entire life. I'm so sorry. I can't even imagine how you must have felt. I left it up to my parents to contact people and haven't gotten involved with the logistics of cancelling. I don't know if we got any money back. I'm not ready to talk about it yet. From what I understand, an email was sent out explaining that the wedding was cancelled and apologizing for how much inconvenience this would cause. The email asked that no one contact me about what happened and if people had any questions to speak to my parents or brothers. My parents had a gathering at their house for those who had booked flights and hotels, etc. With some of the wedding food and drinks and stuff. I know around 50 people ended up going. I guess it was sort of party, but my cousin said the mood was obviously pretty bad. None of Jack's family came, of course. Other than that, I don't really know what else to say. I've taken some time off work, and my brother has also taken 2 weeks off to make sure I'm never alone at home. Everyone is just so hurt and angry and disappointed in Jack. I just feel completely numb. I still wake up in the mornings hoping this is a weird dream stemming from pre wedding nerves. I don't know how I'm going to get over this, and I still love Jack so much. I feel like he's been possessed by someone else, but it is him. I'm going to go to a therapist to help me come to terms with this. Sorry, this hasn't been a happy update, but it's not a happy situation. Thanks for reading. Oh, I'm so sorry. Ah, there's a level of pain you feel. You don't even know how to go into details with something. I understand you. I'm so sorry you had to go through this. Um, okay, another commenter said, and I hope that Jack caught syphilis. Okay, don't go anywhere because we have some more interesting and amazing stories for you. Hi, 25 male boyfriend, 28 male, tried to screw over my best friend, 26 female at work. I told her and he got fired. He blames me now and wants me to pick him or her. This is gonna be so juicy. Okay. Uh when I was 19, I came out as gay to my super religious family and was immediately disowned. Ooh, let's switch it up. They kicked me out, stopped paying for my education, and stopped talking to me. I literally lost everyone in the extended family. I was all alone and unprepared. I was going to an expensive private university and couldn't afford it anymore. I had to drop out and start working full time. At that time, my friend Claire at the university really helped me out. At that time, I didn't know that she was from a very rich family. She never lived to show it. She helped me with small things here and there, allowing me to stay with her until I could get my act together. She even paid for me to go to get therapy when I was dealing with abandonment issues from my family. Really the kindest the kind really the kindness that she did for me is something I will never forget. We remained very close friends after that. I didn't go back to college, just kept working at rather low wage jobs. A few months after she graduated, she asked if I would like a job. She wanted me to be her driver or assistant. She was working in their own family's business, and her previous driver was a boring yes ma'am, no ma'am old guy that she wasn't comfortable with. She offered me a superb salary and benefit, like 8 times what I was making at my job at the time, and I accepted. I've been working for her for 2 years now and it's been very nice. The workload is low. I drive a super comfy, expensive car. I get paid to spend time with my best friend, and all in all, this is yet another huge favor for me that she has done. The friend seems really nice. Here comes my boyfriend, Jack. He works for Claire's family business. I met him about 18 months ago and he hates Claire. He believes she is a spoiled, selfish girl who is only progressing because her dad owns the empire, as he puts it. I didn't know that Jack hates her only until a few weeks ago when they apparently had a clash at work. I'm not aware of the details or whose fault it was since that's not really my job, but I became aware of the conflict. Claire doesn't have strong opinions towards Jack though. When she learned that we were dating back then, she told me that he seems like a good, hardworking person. Jack told me that he's going to put Claire in her place. I asked what he wants to do. He didn't say much except that she won't see it coming. Kept pushing and he told me he was basically messing up something that would make Claire look very bad and the confidence of others in her would take a huge hit. I begged him not to do it, as it was not just wrong and unethical, but just petty. He seemed to have made up his mind and I couldn't do anything to change it. I really had no choice at that point. For one, I had to do the right thing. For two, Claire has done so much for me and I owe her so much in life. And as a result, I have very strong loyalty to her. I couldn't sit and let something like this happen to her, so I told her everything. She appreciated my honesty and told me that she knows it must have been difficult to do this to my boyfriend and that she won't forget it. She took care of the whole thing. Jack was fired. Hmm. Hmm. I'm a very loyal person too, so I understand where you were standing. I can see. You did the right thing. So now he's angry that I told her. He said I picked her over him and I betrayed him. I kept telling him that I begged him not to do it, but he puts me in the position of having to choose to do the right thing or keep quiet and let him do something wrong to my best friend. He said he can't believe that I did it. So now he wants me to show him that I love him and I'm loyal to him by cutting contact with Claire and quitting the job. I don't want to do that. Claire is my best friend and I owe her a lot. The job is great and I want to keep it, but I don't want to break up with him either. He made a horrible mistake and is angry that he lost it. But he keeps pressuring me to make a decision and I'm just tired of it. Is there any chance for our relationship? You need to change him. You need to change the whole agenda of that Jack. I never liked Jack. I don't like the name Jack. Let's check some few relevant comments. Okay, a commenter here said, "You really need a new boy." See, they agree. You really need a new boyfriend. He's not a good person. His plan is to basically ruin your professional career while isolating you from your social support. Wow. True love right there. You can really tell he's concerned for you as a person and not just a petty and spiteful little troll. Opie responded and said, "Yeah, I should stop thinking that he only made a mistake, especially since it's showing no remorse." Exactly. Another commenter said that wasn't a mistake. It was planned and deliberate. He's a nasty piece of work, and if he actually believed half the things he says about Claire, he wouldn't need to contrive a scenario to make her look bad. Let me see. Another commenter said, "A mistake is leaving your car door unlocked and getting robbed. A mistake is forgetting to turn your oven off and causing a fire. A mistake is not remembering you were supposed to go to your friend's birthday party until the next morning. A mistake is not smashing someone's window and stealing from them. It is not deliberately burning down another person's house. It's not crashing a party to humiliate the guest of honor. Those are deliberate malicious actions. His mistake is the same type of mistake Brock Turner made, aka deliberate actions that are only a mistake. He didn't mean to get caught, but he did mean to commit the crime. Also, are you sure he was interested in you and not trying to use you against her in some way?" That's that's food for thought. Opie responded, "I don't know what to believe anymore. He seemed very interested in me and never used me against her before, at least not that I know of." Okay, let's see if we have an update on this story. Oh, we have an update. This update is 6 days later. Update. 6 days later. Most of you were right. I was being played from the beginning. Oh no. I confronted Jack about the whole thing and asked him if he considered my friendship with Claire when he started to date me. He at first refused to admit it and kept telling me that he loved me. But since we were going nowhere, he said, "Why hide it anymore? Yeah, I approached you to get info on her. Do you really think I'll be interested in a waste of clothes like you?" Oh no. Oh my god. That must be so. Oh, I feel so. Well, he was a douchebag from the beginning, so yeah. Yeah, he said that exactly. He told me that he first started dating me from for getting information, then to use me to help him get promotion, and he made the mistake of thinking I was his when he wanted to take down Claire. He left. So that's what happened. I was played for 1.5, oh my God, 1.5 years. I'm just happy that he couldn't succeed in hurting Claire. Otherwise, I couldn't have forgiven myself. I needed someone to talk to after all of this, and that had to be Claire. So I went to her flat and we talked for hours about all of it. I was really embarrassed for falling for Jack's BS and putting her at risk, but she kept telling me that she's proud of me since I protected her when she needed someone to have her back. So yeah, we are at great terms. I won't ever let this happen again. I learned my lesson. No more dating anyone who Claire has any sort of professional relationship with. It'll be better and more loyal. I'll be a better and more loyal friend for her from now on. Aww. Let's check few comments. A commenter said, I hope Claire got OP into therapy. He did not learn his lesson, he just had a decision made for him. He didn't end it with when his BF talked badly about, let's face it, his BF or only family. He allowed it to continuously happen. He didn't end it when he was told his BF was going to sabotage Claire and showed how misogynistic he is. He didn't end it after the fight when Jack demanded he quit and cut out Claire. All these slights against the only person who cares about him, and he didn't even consider throwing out Jack immediately. Yeah, he wasn't going to end it even after being told he was being used. Had Jack stayed, OP would be right beside him as he watched Claire kick him to the curb and then see his BF walk away because OP was no longer useful to him. Despite the sainthood OP has bestowed on Claire, I'm sure she will always have it at the back of her head that OP was okay being with a partner who openly hated her, and he had no problem with that. This comment, it's not it. So another commenter said, I mean, he dated someone for 18 months to take down a rival at work. That's not just treacherous, that's psychopathic. I totally agree. That's another psycho level shit. Another commenter said, I think he just thought if he took her down, he would get her job. Didn't think about family dynamic or anything like that, as they don't relate to him. Okay, let us know what you think about this amazing story. Very funny story. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Bye.